Okay, before I get started here, I just wanted to share the difference between these two motors if you're going to convert a Canadian Pacific over to a smoker. Here's your typical 999 Canadian Pacific, which has this type of front mount, and here's your typical smoker, which you usually find on the 666 and the 1666 locomotives. So, the front mount is the key. Now, as you can see, the mounting holes on this motor is in front of the frame, and on the smoker it's on the back of the frame, inside of the frame. Also, you can see the difference in the height. So, that being said, we'll go down here and look at this sideboard. Typical Canadian Pacific sideboard. So what I did here is I made this piece of sheet steel, same gauge, it's 23 gauge, and I made it to fit right in there like so. So now you can bring here's the original mounting point. You can bring this back 9/16 of an inch and then down 5/16 of an inch. So the new mounting hole would be right about here. Okay. Now once I get this silver soldered together and install the new mounting hole, it'll look natural. I'll just fill this old one in, and it looks like it came from the factory that way. And that was the purpose of the whole thing. So not only did I do this for this conversion, but also if you want to use it for a conversion for making your own, it'll work just great. Another tip, you're also going to have to move the stack 5/16 of an inch forward. But that's for another time. Okay, here's the finished piece all primed. I used Bondo to fill in all the voids. Here's a original piece for comparison. You can see the difference. Now on the back, of course I had to make a filler piece for support. Now you really don't have to silver solder these things together. There's a number of adhesives on the market that you can use. It will probably work almost as well. I'm old school, so that's why I do the silver solder. But probably super glue, epoxy, or anything like that would probably work. So the next segment, we'll see how all of this fits together. Okay, here it is all together. You can see the spacing is perfect, and it looks like it came from the factory that way. Now the stack. Okay, it's going to have to move it forward a little bit. I have about 3/8 of an inch. Cut this section out. Probably fill this section in. Chances are you're not going to be able to use the original teardrop stack that was on it, but there's all kinds of alternatives. Here's one from a Commodore Vanderbilt. That should fit on there very nice. And even a piece of PVC. That'll work as well. Now the pilot, you're probably going to have to cut a section of the center here out just to clear this area right here. But that's no big thing. You're going to lose the headlight, but you can always put in a 5mm LED. Make sure it has a resistor on it, so it'll run both on AC and DC. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you can build one for yourself. So until next time, have a good one.